Hi everyone, it's Walter here from Unique Cruises, and I'm super excited for this webinar today because I've got a couple of very special guests with me, and we have got the most fantastic program coming up in October this year. So I'd just like to introduce them to you. First of all, we have Birgit from A-Rosa River Cruises, and then we also have Andi from Zeppelin Travel. And so, hi guys, welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We might start with you, Birgit, if you just let us know who you are and what your job is and a little bit about the company.
Yeah, thank you very much, Walter. Yes, my name is Birgit Eisbrenner. I'm the Regional Director Australia and New Zealand for A-Rosa River Cruises. And for those of you, I should say, who don't know A-Rosa, we are the market leader of premium river cruising in Europe and have been around for over 20 years.
Fabulous. Andi.
Yes, good morning, Walter, again. And it's very nice to be here on your program, and thank you for inviting me. And this is going to be quite exciting, putting something like this together with you and A-Rosa Cruises. We've put together this wonderful tour to the Rugby World Cup, and I know you're passionate about rugby, and it's great that you're going to be working with us to get a few of those lucky travelers to come with us on this fantastic tour, which has taken a lot of time and work. 2 years in the making, Walter. You know, it's been a long time where we have been speaking with A-Rosa and making sure that this is going to be a spectacular tour and something unforgettable. So, yeah. Zeppelin Travel been around for over 30 years. We charter ships, we charter aircraft, and we put group tours together. So we love doing this, and we have a retail and a wholesale travel company, and love working with people like you, because I think you've got it together there, Walter, and it's really exciting that you've chosen to work with us on this.
Oh, thanks, Andi and Birgit. Look, I'm super excited. For those that know me, know that I have a couple of passions in life. One is, of course, cruising, and particularly river cruising, small ship cruising. And I work very closely with A-Rosa in Europe across all the different rivers. But another passion, almost a religion, if you like, is rugby. So to be able to combine these two together is just like, oh my goodness, this is just a dream made true come for me. And it's been great to be able to connect up with Andi at Zeppelin, because they have the most fantastic package that we'll be able to go on to. So for those of you that would like to join my group, I'll give you the call to action at the end about how you can get in contact with us. And I'll be taking a very special group for what will be the most incredible experience. It doesn't matter how many times you've been to Paris. This will be a level above anything else you've ever experienced. And we'll talk about that a little bit more as we go through. The dates that will be there will be from the 19th to the 29th of October. And of course, this is the pointy end of the business for the Rugby World Cup, and with the finals. And we'll be going to the semi-finals, the playoff finals, and of course, the grand finals. Now, one of the things I'm very excited about, on top of so much other things that are involved here, is that not only will we be there on the ship, and we'll be talking a bit more about that and going to the games, and we'll talk about that a little bit more as well, and the cruising up the Seine River, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But also too, one of our guests on board will be David Campese. Now, for those of you that know anything about rugby, I'm sure he is a name that will come into mind very, very quickly. And if you don't and you like your coffees, we've also got Campo's coffees. So good, nice. I'm not sure if he's actually being a barista on board, but he certainly will be there with all his rugby knowledge. Now, I've had the opportunity to interview David, so if you'd like to see the interview on that, then head to uniquecruises.com.au, and we'll have the link on there. David will be talking about a bit more rugby-specific things that he is the expert on. I will have to just say, as a bit of a sidebar, Andi and Birgit, although I am excited about David Campese being on board, it does throw back some horror memories to the 80s and 90s when he was playing for Australia, and I'm very much a die-hard New Zealand All Black supporter. So he broke my heart on more than one occasion, which I've had to share with him as well. So it'll be kind of fun just to be up there and get his take on rugby in general. And of course, this is where all the action will be happening. Andy, can you just tell us a little bit about the logistics about going to the games and what's surrounding that?
Yes, well, look, it's we're positioned very well. We're, of course, berthed not 4 to 5 kilometers away from the stadium, and all 4 games which are in our package, which is the semis and then the finals, are being held at this wonderful stadium, which you can see there. We've got some wonderful seats too. We've got seats which are well placed behind the toothpicks, and we can get upgraded seats if any of your people would like to get them. We can request them. We're getting to, as you say, sharper end, so that is a request. But we'll have buses taking us from A-Rosa, from the ship, which is and taking them to the stadium. We've got special parking there, and of course, nice and safe, get into the stadium, and then we'll be taking them back with the coach back to the ship. And I must say that Birgit has organized on board A-Rosa that the restaurant and the bar stays open to give everyone some supper after the game. So that'll be quite lively at the bar or in the restaurant, and then everyone can head to bed. But we are slanting the restaurant so that it stays on open for everyone when they get back. So it's something really special, and I think will work well, especially being so close to the stadium. We won't have any traffic to get through. We will be right there, about 6 to 7 minutes away from the stadium. That's
absolutely fantastic. It's one of the things I love about it, because it is so close, and we don't have to fight the crowds. And more importantly, afterwards, when we are all hungry, we don't have to go try to find somewhere that's open. We can just absolutely relax. And on top of that, after we have had a few drinks at the bar in celebration or commiseration, depending on which team won or lost, we don't have very far to go to our rooms to just crash out for the night and get up early for the next morning to enjoy our day. So
absolutely,
that's awesome. Now we are going to just hand it over to Birgit, because she is the expert on A-Rosa river cruises, of course, and we are staying on this fabulous ship, the A-Rosa Viva. So Birgit, I'll just ask you to give us a bit of a rundown on what we can expect on board and the experiences that we'll have.
Yeah, thank you, Walter. Yes, A-Rosa Viva is our dedicated ship for the Seine. All of the A-Rosa ships are purpose-built for the rivers that they cruise on. A-Rosa Viva has 4 decks, and deck 3 is the deck where all of the common areas are. So it's very, very comfortable and convenient for the guests. We have a very spacious lounge area, adjoining bar, so very easy to access. Have on the other side of the bar a cafe or small restaurant area, again for people who like to have a bit more privacy when they get together. Then we have a buffet area, and again all connected through an open corridor. We have the main restaurant, and this is an image of the main restaurant. And then there is a second bar, and we are in France, so it's called Petit Bar. It's an outside-in bar, depending on the weather. So October might be a little nippy to be outside, but they're obviously glass doors, so you can either stay in the inside area of the Petit Bar or head outside, which is obviously also very frequented by smokers. And yeah, that's one of the pictures from the cheese buffet. Again, we are in France, so that is quite a big part of our meal concept, the gourmet buffets. So
the fact that we can actually just have a cheese buffet, I've got to say, is very appealing, and the bar is just there. So to have a nice Riesling with the cheese would be fabulous.
Well, we will, definitely. We always strive to have wines from the local region. So I'm not sure about the Riesling, but definitely we will have some very tasty wines. That's for sure. Yeah, here's an image of one of our cabins. So this is a Juliet balcony cabin, and that would be the D or the C grade. What we also have as a lead-in category picture cabins with portholes.
Yeah, we have got quite a few now. As we're recording this, Andy, I'll just you and I were chatting earlier about the fact that I think that the top level of the Juliet balconies is sold out or pretty close to selling out.
Yes, we're almost sold out. We only have a couple of cabins left, but the great news is that we have quite a bit of room left on deck 2, which is of course a mirror image of this cabin. And I must say that I was on board the ship in September last year, and we did a short cruise up the Seine, and the cabin is very, very comfortable, very functional, and it's also quite nice. The Juliet balcony is very, very much acceptable. You can have a drink there. You can pull the chair over to the window and the balcony and enjoy the passing as you cruise. If you'd like to stay in the cabin, the bathroom was absolutely sufficient for the stay that we're having. It's a 10-day stay, so and there was plenty of hanging room for your clothes in the cupboard. So all in all, it has all that you need for a cruise like this, and it's also quite nice. You've got the water fountains on the deck there that you can fill your water on, and so and also just a small stroll up the alleyway or the corridor, and you can make yourself a coffee, tea, etc. during the night. So the station's open 24/7. So I must say it's a very comfortable ship, and a lot to go for it, and the rooms are very, very comfortable. The beds are fantastic. So no, Birgit, it's a great product, and we're proud to be working with you on this.
Thank you. We look forward to doing this tour with you.
There are some unique features, and it's one of the reasons I love working with A-Rosa in general. And of course, that's one of the things that Birgit knows I love is the Spa Rosa. So after a hard day out, you can come back and get a bit of pampering.
Yes, our Spa Rosa is very, very popular, and we have a spa on each and all of our ships, as well as the sauna, and quite a large relaxation resting area. We also have sizable gyms, and for those of you who've been on river cruise ships, sometimes the gyms are like tucked away in the dungeon somewhere. Ours have daylight, which again is far more fun to exercise, and with all the nice food there we've seen, some of us may want to do that. And yeah, we also have, that I know is Walter's favorite place on the ship, is on every ship of A-Rosa, we either have a pool or a whirlpool. And on this ship, on the Rosa Viva, we have this whirlpool at the bow of the ship. So it's quite nice to be just ahead of everyone and just enjoy the river in front of you and just the scenery as this couple does. So it's a very popular place.
This is definitely one of my favorite places on the ship, particularly when we're cruising, and particularly when in the cooler months. So October might be a little bit cooler. It's just fantastic. Because it's a bit cool, a lot of people decide not to go in the hot tub, which is perfect for me. So I can just have it to myself. Now, one of the things that I just absolutely love about this whole package is the fact that after we have been traveling around, if we're spending the day in Paris with obviously so many things to do there, and being able to walk back into our hotel, our floating hotel, and just be able to walk straight up to the bar and order a drink without having to worry about how much it's going to cost. Just sit down and relax and then stroll to our room. Now that's pretty unusual in general. So when you're coming on with us on this particular package, to be able to just spend all day, as I said, touring around and then come back on board and just head straight to the bar is right up my alley, as pretty much everybody will know. So join me at the bar and we'll have a few drinks together.
That's it, Walter. Just to interrupt there, the package, just so that everyone is in tune, is all meals also morning and afternoon tea, and the supper when you come back, and all drinks are included, and that includes water, coffee, tea, and soft drinks. So there's no packages to buy like many cruise ships, and so all guests will have an open bar, and I think that will really create a lot of friendly atmosphere and banter, because we do have quite a few nationalities on board, so it'll be really good. Whoever gets into the quarters and the finals and etc., there will be a lot of chat going on.
So lucky
about
we have various bar areas, bar areas, various bar areas. So people of the different camps, they can have their own secluded area to celebrate, or just the opposite. But I like to add here that the open bar concept, the free and unlimited alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages, that's part of A-Rosa's premium concept. So yes, that's on all the other cruises as well. And I think it really sets us apart from some of the other players in the market who only include alcoholic beverages for lunch and dinner. For us, it is during bar opening hours, the drinks are all included. That excludes premium liquor, but I've never seen anyone who complained that there wasn't enough choice.
I'll just have to say, with all the nationalities on board, it's going to be fantastic. It's one of the things that in the interview with David Campese, we talk about the fact that there's a big eclectic mix, and in the words of the very famous rugby referee Nigel Owens, this isn't soccer, it's rugby, so everybody gets on. It doesn't matter which camp you're in.
That's it. That's it.
So just coming very quickly now to we obviously talk about the rugby, we talk about being in Paris, and we'll come back to that in a second as well. But we will be spending some time cruising as well in between the games. And I have had the good fortune over the years to have done cruises all over Europe, and I've done the Seine cruise a number of times. It is absolutely fantastic. If you haven't done it, it has to go on your bucket list. Anyway, in this particular case, we're having a bit of a hybrid experience, because the normal cruise, as you can see here on the map, will take us from Paris all the way up to Le Havre. But on this cruise, and perhaps Birgit and Andi, maybe between the two of you, can just explain a little bit about the hybrid. We are not going as far as Le Havre. We're going up to Rouen, I think.
Cool. Yes, yeah, we go in to Rouen, and that is on day 4. The night after we spend the day in Versailles, we go to Rouen and cruise overnight. And when we arrive in Rouen, we have a wonderful food tour in the afternoon. For those of you who know Rouen, it's a very charming and very historic place. And afterwards we will have a French dinner, so something to really look forward to, something very exciting. The next day we will have a World War I excursion. That's a full day excursion, and really been put together with a lot of emphasis on what would appeal to our guests on board of this ship. Then when we head back south, we go to Vernon. We'll see Monet's garden, and also an apple cider farm, which is absolutely fantastic. Andy and I, we had the great pleasure to inspect it last year, and it's absolutely charming place, and they produce the most delicious apple products like cider and Calvados, or something really, really exciting.
Fantastic. And this shot here is pretty much everything I love about river cruising. For those who are a little bit nervous about the word cruise, as you can see here, we're not worried about any waves. We're not talking about getting seasick or anything like that. It's pretty much impossible to get seasick on a river cruise. It is about just being able to enjoy being on the river. And of course, with everything that's included, one of the aspects that I think, if you haven't been there before, is definitely going to the Palace of Versailles. And that is included as part of the tour, if you'd like to participate in that. Andy, nothing is mandatory, is it? If you want to go somewhere, you can. If you don't have to, you don't have to.
No, not at all. It's good if they let us know if they want to do a Versailles or not, or any of the tours. But just topping what Birgit just said, the wonderful thing about this tour is we're in Paris. You board the ship, and then we have the two semifinals being played, and of course that will create a lot of atmosphere and talk. Then we have this break of 4 days where we cruise the Seine, and in those days everyone can relax, enjoy themselves, and then after we've seen the beautiful parts of France, we head back to the same port in the same place, and we then watch the third place final and the grand final. So you couldn't get a better package this way, Walter, which is what we've worked so hard for, because there's a lovely scene of Vernon, which is just so beautiful, a little town. And this is the great thing about the tour too, that you're seeing country France and enjoying the French countryside and atmosphere and wines and ciders and meals. And that's why, as Birgit said, we get back to the ship and we have a special French dinner night, which will be spectacular on board. So that's something really to look forward to too.
Excuse me. And the shot that we got here is from Giovanni from Monet's Gardens. Oh, excuse me, 1 second. Excuse me, I never do that on a webinar. We are back in Paris, of course, and we do have some time to spend in Paris. So much to do and see that has nothing to do with rugby, because we are in Paris. But so if you have traveling companions that want to come along, oh, you would like them to come along with you, but they have no interest in rugby whatsoever, it's Paris. They are not going to be bored. And
right. So
look, I know, look, we've all been to Paris a number of times, and the atmosphere in Paris is always stimulating, always exciting. There's always so much going on. But for both of you, how much of this level of excitement do you think it's going to be ramped up during the Rugby World Cup?
I think it's going to be so much happening in Paris. And the great thing is that we're really a hotel in Paris, floating, that is, but so easy. It's only a short taxi or public transport, 2 stops, and you're in the middle of Paris on the Champs-Élysées. So you can enjoy both sides. You can have the retreat of the ship, and the package price, if you compared it to what a hotel would cost for 10 nights plus tickets plus all meals, you just couldn't do it in a Paris hotel. And that's why working this way and putting it together this way is one of the best ways to enjoy the rugby and France, of course. And we have some clients who are bringing their partners along who are not interested in the rugby, but we'll have plenty of things to do in Paris while the game's on, or go into town to shop and experience France. So it's something for everyone on this tour.
Or they may just enjoy a facial, a treatment in the spa, and just relax and have a wonderful day on board.
Actually, that's a good point, Birgit. For those that are choosing not to go to watch the games, they can stay on board and get fully pampered and be totally relaxed by the time we get back all hyped up. Paris, as everybody knows, is just a place to go and visit. In your life, you need to go to Paris to experience it anyway. Here, you'll experience it like you will never experience it again. The Rugby World Cup only happens every 4 years. In 4 years' time, it'll be in Australia, in fact. And then we're not sure what happens after that, but it's not going to be in Paris again for a very long time. So if you want this very, very unique, very outstanding experience, that is definitely a trip of a lifetime. I don't say that lightly. It is definitely the trip of a lifetime. Then make sure that you connect up with us. Now, getting down to a little bit of the nitty-gritty here, we will be in Paris on this fabulous package. from the 19th to the 29th of October. And of course, this has all been put together with Andi from Zeppelin Travel and in conjunction with A-Rosa. I've been very fortunate to be able to work with them to get my own group to come along. So I'm very excited about that, and I'll have a couple of treats. Actually, I haven't talked to you guys about that yet, but I'll have a couple of treats for my group anyway. So a couple of the highlights. I'm not going to go into all of these right now because it is all on the Unique Cruises website with the links across to Zeppelin Travel. You can see the pricing there. But what I will do is I'll just flick over to the slide here. There's the call to action for Zeppelin Travel. If you contact Zeppelin Travel and say that you're interested in this package, just mention that you are going to be part of Walter's group, and you'll receive a special rate that I've been able to work with Andi, and you'll be well looked after. So make sure that you contact Zeppelin Travel. I'm not taking the bookings through Unique Cruises. This has all been directed through Zeppelin Travel. Just as the director of Unique Cruises, it's my privilege to be able to go up there and take a group of my friends and colleagues. And the easiest way for me to do that is promote it through Unique Cruises. But it's definitely my group in conjunction with Zeppelin, and we are going to have the most spectacular time. For those that have traveled with me over the years in different capacities, whether it's on river cruise or touring or whatever, you'll know that we like to have a lot of fun. We like to see a lot, like to experience a lot. And when you come back, you will be talking about it for years and years. And the reason I know this is because I spoke to someone just 2 days ago that came on a trip with me, would be about 12 years ago, and is still talking about what an amazing time they had. So I will guarantee that if you're coming with me on this trip, we're going to bunch it up, take it up a whole another 10 levels, and you will be talking about it forever, guaranteed. So if you need more information, head over to uniquecruises.com.au. We've got all the details in there, the day itineraries, the pricing, the connection through to Zeppelin Travel, and also to the link through to the David Campisi interview. And also I'll be having a couple of blog posts up there as well that will talk a little bit more about the experiences that we can have. So thank you so much, Andi. Thank you so much, Birgit. Any final words from you guys?
I'll leave it to Birgit to say something first.
No, thank you very much to both of you, Walter and Andi, and I really look forward to be on this tour with you. And yeah, it's a fantastic package, and yeah, I hope many of the people who watching this video will join us.
I absolutely look forward to seeing you on board, Walter, with your group. I think we'll have a lot of fun, and it's so I'm so proud that you are saying that this is a great package, and you being a man with a lot of experience on cruising, etc. To have you join us is unique and wonderful. So look forward to you and the group joining us, and we look forward to having a cup of tea, cup of coffee, and maybe even a drink or two.
Fantastic. And really, it's river cruising, it's rugby, and it's Paris. We've got the trifecta. So what more could you ask for?
Couldn't be
Contact
better.
us, and we'll look after you. Thanks everyone for watching, and thank you once again, Andi and Birgit.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.